My name is Jericho, and I'll be the incoming president for our fund this upcoming year. And I really want to present about this today just because I know a lot of people don't really know about the Student Managed Investment Fund. And I was kind of hoping to, see if anyone was interested for our summer and fall sessions. So a quick introduction about who we are. We're a group of students that actively manage a $92,000 portfolio for our sponsors, the CFA Society of Orange County. And this helps provide funding for CFA exam scholarships for college students that want to take their CFA level 1 exam, during their college career, as well as how it helps us, gain practice and managing assets in a real portfolio. Now, there are two kind of aspects to the Student Managed Investment Fund. The first of which is the class FIN 341. It's a 1-unit course that meets once a week for an hour. It's mainly discussion based, but if you take it 3 times and 3 semesters, then it can actually count as a finance elective course. And the other one is more extracurricular and outside of the class, which is that you can become an active analyst. And this kind of gives you access to be more involved with the management of the fund, just because it's kind of hard to manage the fund with just 1 hour per week. So a lot of it is done outside of the class. And then it's pretty cool because you can also have access to our Discord, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. So in SMIF, what do we actually do? The first thing is we discuss, market research and, current events that is happening in the stock market. In FIN 341, this mainly consists of, different readings that Professor Ko gives us, and also sector, presentations that students can present on, find the different leaders and laggards in a sector, or just talk about different market concepts. Outside the class, we apply these concepts to our portfolio, and we develop an economic outlook to determine what sectors that we want to overweight in, as well as underweight in, so we can beat our benchmark. Once we kind of find the sectors that we want to over and underweight in, what we do next is we find different securities and companies that fit that criteria, and we try to get them into the portfolio or out if we want to underweight the sector through investment recommendation reports. So in these reports, you're pretty much going to analyze different catalysts, macroeconomic or microeconomic that affect the performance of these securities, as well as any risks involved with the investments. Once the report is written, we send it up to our sponsors, the CFA of OC, and they either put it in the portfolio or take it out, depending on if it's a buy or sell report. And then the last thing that we do, or another thing that we do, is we actually write reflective performance reports. So every month we review what happened in the market. We determine how it affected our portfolio and how it made us compare to our benchmark, as well as look forward and create an economic outlook for the upcoming months. And that way we can find a way and direction of how we want to steer our portfolio moving forward. Now, one last thing that we do is called the Request for Proposal CFA OC competition. Every year around December, our sponsors, the CFA of OC, have a bunch of schools come together, and we pretty much present about our investment philosophy, the different trades that we did throughout the semester, as well as our general investment process and the way that we choose securities. And then they determine the best schools based on that presentation and distribute the funding that way. These past 2 years, we did place 3rd place, and we're hoping to take 1st place next year, beating CPP. So that's definitely one of my goals and our team's goal for the upcoming semester. So why should you guys join the Student Managed Investment Fund? Well, one thing that's helped me a lot is that it helps you understand complex and market dynamics. I remember before SMIF, I would read different articles about the stock market. I didn't really understand anything, but being in FIN 341 and talking to the other students at SMIF really helped me out with that. Just because we do a deep discussion of all the topics that we talk about, and also gives you a safe place to kind of voice your views. We're not going to grill anyone because they're right or wrong. We really just want to get everyone's ideas and kind of share that and apply them to the portfolio. The other thing that is really helpful with SMIF is it gives you hands-on investment experience. When we graduate, we're all going to take very similar classes and be very similar in terms of our experience. But SMIF lets you help out or lets you stand out because you're able to apply all the concepts that you learn in class to an actual portfolio with actual assets that are sponsored by the CFA of OC. I know a lot of our board members have actually brought some of the investment reports that they've written to interviews, and it's kind of a big flex because you can actually have proof of all the concepts that you talk about on your resume. and it definitely kind of helps you stand out. Lastly, we have a community of passionate investors in our Discord. Throughout the year, it's really active, talking about different stock picks, market outlook, different current events. I know right here, Diego made a not the best ideal options play, so I wasn't too happy about that. But we have a lot of serious talk, but we're students and we like to have fun. So it's a really great place to get to know other people that are really interested in investing. So if you're interested, how can you guys get started? The first thing I definitely recommend is register for Fin 341. We do have a session for the second half of summer, as well as, as I said before, the 1 hour a week in the fall semester. Now, if you guys want to be an active analyst, then you guys can reach out to me or even, Professor Ko, since he's like the professor teaching the class. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions, talk about my experiences and go into depth about the different things that you'll do as an active analyst. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. That's my email as well as like my Discord. Probably the best ways that you can reach out to me if you're interested. And then lastly, I wanted to kind of go over our current portfolio. Right here, you'll see our equity portion sector allocations. So currently overweight in tech and financials. As the economy recovers, we do want to trim this a little bit, go into more industrials, materials, and energy. In terms of the bond portion, there's not as much opportunity in fixed income, which is why we're underweight in a lot of these sectors and put a lot of funds towards preferred stocks. And then right here, you have a lot of our equity portions. I didn't really include our fixed income portions because I know that equity is a little more interesting. But some key stocks, Apple, Lincoln National, Visa, Tyson, Ulta, and this portfolio is constantly changing. We try to make trades every semester, and a lot of opportunity for you guys to be involved and actively manage this portfolio. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions, if you're interested in joining. And yeah, good luck on finals, everyone.
Thanks, Jericho. Really appreciate the